Battle of Bahamas versus Jamaica versus Trinidad and Tobago again. But I suspect this one could be even closer than what we saw on the girls' side. The Bahamians, I think though, will start favourites.
Boys under 17, 4x400 meter. Here are the Jamaicans. 5 straight wins since 2018. So they would start as the favorites. Jamaica, Jaden Campbell, Rashane Richards, Ishani Porter, and Dwayne Sharp. Barbados in lane number 6, Zachary Wall, Aidan Moore, Jacoby Brown-Smith, and Jakey Brewster. And the home team, Trinidad and Tobago. Cordell Lewis opening up, Christopher Sammy in the second leg, Corday Lewis and Brian Scott in doing the anchor leg. The Lewis twins will celebrate their 16th birthday tomorrow, and how they'd love to finish it off with one. Bermuda in lane number 8.
The teams making their way around for the under 17 boys 4x400 final. As I suspected, Christopher Sammy would come in on the Trinidad and Tobago team. But I asked the question because just watching him in the 1500 and the 3000, I thought he could be an asset to that team, and the coaches clearly think so as well.
Yeah, they certainly do agree with you. And Brian Scott, one of the stars of the Trinidad and Tobago team at these CARIFTA Games, he's also out there. And the Lewis boys, how they'd love to sign off with a good birthday present for tomorrow.
Very much the case. The Jamaican team, just as they were in qualifying, Jaden Campbell, Rashane Richards, Ishani Porter, and Dwayne Sharp, figured there wasn't anyone else in the Jamaican camp who could make their qualifying team better. I suspected though that they were only doing enough in qualifying and will go a lot faster tonight. But I make the Bahamians the favorite for this one with Jonathan Higgs. He was in the 400 hurdles final. Jakaria Wilson, the 400 hurdles and 110 hurdles winner. Jara Woodside and Egan Neely. The only downside for this Bahamian team, if there is any, is that at least 3 of their athletes have run so much these championships. They have all essentially doubled, and a few of them involved in the 4x100 as well. 4x400 final for under 17 boys. 3:14.52 the record set by Jamaica. St. Kitts and Nevis, Guyana, Grenada, Jamaica, Bahamas, Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, and Bermuda. Final under 17 race on the boys' side. Daquan Farrell will run the opening leg like he did in qualifying for the Guyana team. He's getting into the rhythm. There'll be a lot of dancing tonight, I can tell you. Can't wait for the closing ceremony.
You will be up here with us, wouldn't you?
What exactly are you asking me?
I was wondering how closely you'd want to be involved in the closing ceremony.
Believe me, I am as good at dancing as you are at stretching.
That doesn't give me much hope.
Hope springs eternal for these teams in the 4x400 final for under 17 boys. St. Kitts and Nevis, Guyana, Grenada, Jamaica, Bahamas, Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, and Bermuda. 3:14.52 the record set in 2012 by Jamaica. That team, Ivan Henry, Akeen Williams, Michael O'Hara, and Devon Baker. There are some big names on this opening leg. Jonathan Hicks of the Bahamas was in the 400 and 400 hurdles final. Jaden Campbell of Jamaica won silver in the 400 hurdles. And the 400 bronze medalist Zachary Wall is running the opening leg for Barbados. He gave them a fantastic start in qualifying. Can he produce a repeat tonight in this final? Wall is going really well for Barbados out in lane number 6. He's already covered Cordell Lewis of Trinidad and Tobago on his outside. Zachary Wall pouring it on down the home stretch. Jamaica well back. Here's the first change. Oh, that's close. Jamaica, Bahamas, Barbados and Trinidad and Tobago. 4 of them across the track. Second leg. Rashane Richards goes to the front for Jamaica. For the Bahamians, Jakaria Wilson, the 400 hurdles and 110 hurdles champion. Now he goes after Richards, who was in the 400 flat final. The hurdler makes a move and Richards tries to respond and hold him off. Jamaica and Bahamas again. Remember, the Bahamians have Egan Neely on the anchor leg, so the Jamaicans must lead going into that leg. Here is the second change. It is the Bahamians in front, with Barbados still in third and Trinidad and Tobago in fourth position. What a race we have. The Bahamians have opened up a 5 or 6 meter lead. It's Josh Woodside. Jamaica with Eshani Porter. If the Bahamians lead going into the final leg, you can count the gold medal safe. And they have a 5 meter advantage. Porter is fighting back for the Jamaicans, but it's Bahamas' lead, and they're holding strong. Bahamas ahead of Jamaica with Egan Neely waiting on anchor, and he gets the baton. It is the 400 champion up against the 400 silver medalist. Neely of the Bahamas, Dwayne Sharp of Jamaica. Sharp presses the champion. Flies by him down the back straight away. How does Neely respond to this? Barbados still in bronze medal position. Trinidad and Tobago in fourth. They are 10-15 meters back. 120 meters to go. Dwayne Sharp leads for Jamaica, but Egan Neely is coming again for the Bahamas. Sharp is holding strong on the inside. Egan Neely already has 3 gold medals, and he will make it 4. It's Bahamas' gold. 3:12.09 on the clock. That is a new CARIFTA Games record if it holds. Neely with a fabulous anchor leg. The Jamaican tested him, but the Bahamian team just too strong, and they have the record in the under 17 boys 4x4.
Neely has just sealed his immortality in these games with his 4th gold medal. Look at that championship record for the Bahamas, 3 minutes 12.72.
Really great effort on the anchor leg by the Jamaican Dwayne Sharp, but they have to settle for silver, 3:13.28. They go under the previous record as well. There are some days when you have to admit you have been beaten by a better team, and that was one of them. What a performance from Barbados, 3:15.95. Zachary Wall was the 400 bronze medalist. I wondered about it in qualifying, putting him on the first leg, but it certainly put them in a fabulous position early. And although Trinidad and Tobago chased all the way, they could not get back to the Barbadians. Jamaica in second, Barbados third, the champions, Bahamas.
This was the end of the first leg. Lewis receiving and heading out there. Trinidad and Tobago were in third place at that point. Barbados fought back, started to take the lead, and at the end of the second changeover, well, it was Bahamas that took over the lead, a slight lead from Jamaica, and Barbados started to open up a lead on Trinidad and Tobago. Third leg proved also to be pivotal. Bahamas still opening up the lead here, and you would have predicted, Ricardo, that they would have wanted Jamaica to have a lead going into that final leg. It didn't happen.
They needed the lead going into the final leg because sharp behind Neely, Bahamas' favor.
And Sharp laid down a marker early, went round Neely to take the lead.
Smart relay running from Dwayne Sharp, going by Neely, trying to put him under some pressure. Makes no sense sitting behind him all the way. You won't outrun him down the stretch. Go ahead of him, see if he'll panic, but Neely is so good. No panic for him. He flies away to secure his fourth gold medal, 4x100 and 4x400 relay goals, and 200-400 gold medals as well.
That finishing speed of Neely has been a feature of these games. Has he now sewn up this Austin Seeley Award with that win?
3 minutes 12.72 for the Bahamas, 3 minutes 13.28.
The boys under 17 4x400m relay at the 2025 CARIFTA Games in Port of Spain, Trinidad and Tobago, turned into a landmark contest that will be remembered for years. While Jamaica had long reigned supreme in this discipline, the spotlight shifted dramatically as the Bahamas not only ended their rivals' dominance but also etched a new games record with a sensational run of 3 minutes and 12.72 seconds. The race erupted from the opening exchange. Barbados Zachary Wall blasted out to give his team an early lead, with Trinidad and Tobago keeping close in third. The turning point came during the second lap, when Jamaica's Rashane and Bahamian hurdler Jakaria Wilson locked into a fierce duel. Wilson edged ahead, tilting the momentum firmly toward the Bahamian squad. On the third carry, Josh Woodside widened the gap even further. Jamaica's Achini Porter fought hard to reel him in, but by the time the batons were passed for the anchor leg, the Bahamas enjoyed a cushion of nearly 5 meters. The climax featured two titans, Egon Neely of the Bahamas, already a triple champion at these games, against Jamaica's Dwayne Sharp, the 400-meter silver medalist. Sharp unleashed a bold surge down the back straight, overtaking Neely with conviction. Yet Neely answered with extraordinary resilience, storming back on the home stretch to claim his fourth gold medal of the competition. Jamaica secured silver in 3 minutes and 13.28 seconds, with Barbados rounding out the podium in 3 minutes and 15.95 seconds. Trinidad and Tobago placed fourth in front of Grenada, Guyana, Bermuda, and Street Kitts and Nevis. The outcome was bigger than a single win. It represented the Bahamas' first triumph over Jamaica in this relay. Neely's remarkable finishing leg established him not only as a standout of the games but also as a frontrunner for the prestigious Austin Seeley Award. The balance of power in Caribbean sprinting is shifting, and this race underscored that the region's next generation is already redefining the future.